Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for a bonus banker. That's a lot, y'all. It's time for a bonus banker, man. It's time for a bonus banker, y'all. That's a lock, and I got one. I keep a banker at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, though, man, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out here working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out here with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. I promise y'all, there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it, man. I just want you to love yourself, man, more than you love the stuff that you're out here doing, man. Like, there's so much stuff that be going on, man. Like, streets are dangerous, man. Everybody knows that, man. Summertime, the streets are even more dangerous, man. So it's like, I hate to turn on the news and see that somebody lost their life, man. Like, somebody lost their life the other day, y'all, that watches my YouTube channel, man. And like, that really hurts, man. Like, to see somebody that go out like that, man. Like, but the streets are undefeated, man. Like, it's only two options, people. You either going in the ground or you going in the prison. Like, it's only a couple of options, man, when you win that game. And I understand a lot of us is raised into the game. A lot of us don't have no other option. We grow up in the hood. We grow up in poverty. We grow up with young parents. We grow up with people that's not even our parents sometimes. We getting taken care of by the grandma, the aunties, because the parents are incarcerated, man. Like, they got to stop somewhere, man. We got to show better examples, man. We got to show that, man. Listen, man, we're not going to be out here just wilding out, just getting our face on the news and putting our face on t-shirts after we gone. Like, we're not going to do that, man. We got to stop, man. Like, I'm letting y'all know now, man. This for every state. Like, everybody goes through this stuff, man, with the violence. Like, stop what y'all doing right now, man. Just think about it, man. There's no other way. There's no other way you're going to go, man. You either going in the ground or you going up the road, man. Like, it's going to be one of them. Either way, man, it's going to be something that's really going to hurt bad. It's going to hurt bad, man. So, like, I suggest anybody that's out here doing the wrong thing, man, to come over here with us and stay out the way, man. It's a better life, man. It's a life that's going to be normal to you, man. You're going to be able to deal with it, man. Like, well, you can't deal with being somebody that don't want to go to jail, because that's what being normal is, man. Stop what y'all doing, man. I'm going to say it one more time, man. Stop what y'all doing, man. Just stay out the way, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. It's the bonus banger right here. So let y'all do it this one. Like, share, subscribe, this way, y'all. Let's get it. Get it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Wasn't Used to Being Short. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation. We are aware, people. We in penitentiary, man. When crazy things happen all the time, man. I'm telling y'all, like, sometimes, man, like, I done ran across dudes, and like, even dudes I didn't know, man. There'll be people in prison, y'all, that just be so used to prison. Like, when they release date finally come up, like, they don't even know how to handle being somebody that's about to go home. I know that sounds sad, because y'all looking at it like, man, he's supposed to be ready to go home and get out of that place. That's the worst place in his life. He's supposed to run to the gate. But a lot of people don't be used to that. A lot of people be used to prison more than they used to the regular life, man. So for a lot of them, it'd be hard to adjust. But with that being said, though, we on Sussex 2 for this one, y'all. We on Sussex 2. And I can remember being in 2C on this one, y'all, for the 3rd time. This was right before I got transferred to Lawrenceville. This is when I'm staying out the way. This is when I'm cooling right here, man. This is when I'm in a stage in my life where, yeah, man, like, I'm talking to a lot of guys about staying out the way. And it was crazy that I was talking that. That's where staying out the way started at, man. When I went to that pod. And like, when I went to that pod, it was just something about it that I saw. A lot of maniacs that I knew on Sussex 2 that was already on Sussex 2 being maniacs. I saw how they changed their whole way of doing time. And they had to do that, man, because it was no other way for you to be able to get past the investigator. It was no other way for you to be able to be like, you know what, Sussex 2 is a good prison. There was no other way, man. So like, if you was one of the smart ones, you was somebody that if you was one of the smart ones, you was somebody to be like, I'm getting off this camp, man. So when I moved to 2C, I saw how everybody was in layback mode. I saw how everybody was giving up the lala. I saw how people was moving just to get off Sussex 2 because that was your only option if you smart. So when I went in there, like from that point on, I was the type of dude, man. Like if I see you about to do something stupid and I rock with you, I'm telling you to stay out the way, man. I'm telling you, chill out. Don't do this, man. Like, look, bro, it's a better option. Like, that's who I was. I won't bout no action. I won't try to fight. I won't try to mess with no lala. I won't try to get in no group activity fights. I won't try to do nothing except get off Lawrenceville, y'all. That was the only option. That was my only plan. So around this time right here, man, like, you know, I have seen what's going on in the building, man. Like, it ain't nothing going on. You're not gonna get nothing past this investigator, man. This is around this time. So I have lost my roommate. You know what I mean? My roommate ended up going to the hole, which he was from DC. He was a cool dude. I used to call him DC, man. You know what I mean? But he went to the Bing, man, for messing with the Lala. And it was like, the way he went down, I saw how they did it. It made me really say, I'm not messing with the Lala, man. Because it was like the dude find everything out. Man, I promise you, man. I think I said this in the story when the investigator opened up our door. Because we was at 44. This was my first time ever in 44 cell. Y'all know 44 cell is the one all the way on the top tier, all the way in the corner that's by the back door, basically. So it's the last cell. Man, I promise you, man, the investigator came in our cell, opened the door. I'm laying down looking at TV. I turn over. He know me. He turned around. He said, I'm on the top bunk. He was like, he called my roommate name, put your clothes on. My roommate was like, where I'm going? He was like, go downstairs. My word, man. He went down there and he made everybody put it in a cup, man, who was messing with the Lala the night before. This is the night before, y'all. So I was done, man. I was done, man. So I was living a different life around this time, y'all. So when he went to the hole, man, yeah, I was mad because I was used to him, man. He was a cool dude. And you know what I mean? He's a little older, but you know, he had his ways with the Lala and he wasn't ready to give it up. But I ended up inheriting the bottom bunk. So I moved out on the bottom bunk, man. I was chilling, man. So I had to sell Dolo for a while because they was already treating 2C like it was like not an honor pod, but like they was trying to make sure the right people was getting in that joint. You know what I mean? Because they started a joint where we can get the microwave on the weekends. This when all this started. We can get the microwave on the weekends, but you can't have no charges through the week. You can't have nobody getting in trouble during the week. Now, when they caught those dudes for the dirty ones that was in my block, like they already knew that was a sting operation, so they didn't really punish us for that. You know what I mean? They just punished them, which was crazy. We thought we all was gonna get punished, but other than that, they were still keeping the block. Like they wanted to put who they really wanted there. Anybody would come, but they was putting people in there who they wanted because majority of the people that was in there was trying to stay out the way, y'all. So boom. So I was Dolo for a minute, man. I'll say for like a week. I'm in the cell chilling, man. Like, you know what I mean? I got the bottom bunk now. I ain't messing with no Lala. I ain't doing nothing but just chilling, man, waiting to get off this camp. That's all I'm doing, man. Like, I don't have no drama. I don't have nothing, man. I end up getting a job working on a night shift, cleaning the showers. This is my first job, like, you know what I mean? In that part since I've been back, you know what I mean? So like, I'm taking that serious. Like everybody saw a new leaf from me. Everybody saw how I changed. And it was like, I think a lot of people was happy about that, man. So I'm in the cell chilling one day, man. I see the door open up. I'm out. I'm in the cell chilling one day. I see the door open up. So the door open up. I look. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I ain't tell the lady to open the door, so I get off the bed. I walk to the door. When I walked to the door, I seen a bald head dude coming up the steps like this with his bags. He was like, so I can't see his face because he coming up. I'm all the way in the back. I gotta wait till he turn and come towards ourselves. I can see who he is. So I'm standing up and I see everybody looking like, hey, Weezy, you got a roommate. You got a roommate. I'm like, yeah, I can see that. He finally hit the corner. He started coming. He like, you know what I mean? So when he get in the jump, he pull up. When he pull up, he was like, you Weezy? I'm like, yeah. He was like, yeah, they told me that I was gonna come to the cell, man. He was like, look, man, I'm Poe, man. We call him Poe. So I dapped him up. You know what I mean? I was like, what's up? You know what I mean? Our first glance off dude, you know what I mean? He was a little older than me. I give him like his middle 30s or something like that, maybe late 30s. But he was a little older than me, man. He had the bald head, he had a little goatee beard, you know what I mean? He was somebody that, you know, we could tell that been down a little minute, not a long, but a little longer than me. You know what I mean? I haven't reached a double digit yet at this time. I haven't been down double digit, so I could tell he been down a little bit. So he go back downstairs, grab his TV out the joint. I was happy when I seen that. I'm like, yes. He go downstairs, grab his TV and the rest of his bags. So he get back in the cell. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, look, you know, Sergeant such and such, right? I was like, yeah, what's up with him? He was like, yeah, you know, You know, he said he gonna move me over here, man. He told me he was gonna put me in the cell with you, man. He was like, they told me they call you Weezy, man, but he was like, man, for real, man, they trying to keep me out of trouble. So I'm like, for real. So I hear him say that. I'm like, what you mean? He was like, he was like, yeah, they trying to keep me out of trouble, man. He was like, man, you know, I got ties to the red team like that. I was like, oh, you got ties to them? Like, you ain't part of the red team? He was like, no, I ain't part of them, but like, you know, like, I'm affiliated though. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up around it. I just ain't really get in the joint. I said I was gonna get in the joint. You know what I mean? If I can make it out on these streets, that's what I was gonna do. So I'm like, that's crazy. I never heard nobody say that he was affiliated and like, you know what I mean, passionate about the red team if you're not on the red team. So I didn't know, you know what I mean? I'm just, you know, we having this silly conversation. So he making his bed up. He like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? I was like, where you come from? He was like, man, I was at Buckingham, man. I was at Buckingham, man. He was like, something that went down out there. They thought I had something to do with it, man. A dude that got stabbed. So they had me in the hole for 6 months. I was like, you was in the hole for 6 months? He was like, you can't tell? Look at me. So he was like, they had released me. But as soon as they released me, they told me I was getting transferred. So he was like, when I got up here, you know, I know a couple of sergeants, you know what I mean? He was like, look, the CO that work up here, you know what I mean? He my peoples, for real, for real. I was like, yo, peoples? He was like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? He told me the CO name. The CO that he told me didn't work the building. The CO he told me used to be on the, either driving or having to, you know what I mean, be on the perimeter outside with the shotty and all that. Like, he wasn't nobody that be in the block like that. So I didn't really know him. He explained what it was. I'm like, well, I think I know what you're talking about. But I was like, that's your peoples? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, for real, man, like I ain't gonna lie, everybody want me to go home. Everybody want me to go home, man, because I've been down, man. I've been down since 95. So when he say since 95, I'm like, man, 95? I'm like, bro, you been locked up 13 years? He was like, yeah. I was like, man, bro, that did damn Marino. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, man, that's wild, bro. I was like, you know, I got a little bit too, man. He was like, yeah, they gave me 15 years, man. You know, so I've been locked up since I was young. He was like, I got locked up when I was 20, man. So like, you know what I mean? He was like, I ain't nothing but like 30. He's like, I ain't really old now. So like, you know, I'm just trying to like just stay out of the way, man. I mean, I ain't trying to get into nothing. The sergeant was like, man, I got somewhere I can put you at, you know what I mean? So he was like, what you be doing? I was like, bro, I don't be doing nothing. He was like, you red team? I'm like, nah, I ain't with the red team. He was like, the red team in here? I was like, yeah, there's some red team dudes in here, you know what I mean? He was like, what's up with them, dude? You know what I mean? Now the dude Poe, like I'll give him 6'1". He was 6'1", little muscular. You know what I mean? Like he didn't really look like he was a maniac, but like you can tell that it was in his system. You know what I mean? You can tell it was in his bloodline. You know what I mean? So he like, yeah, like, man, I'm just trying to see what's going on though, man. He was like, this pod, all right though. I'm like, yeah, the pod good, man. I was like, when you go home? He was like, man, I go home in February. So this was probably like June, July, or something like that. This was like June, July, something like that. So he didn't have long left. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, bro, that's what's up, man. I was like, you about to get back out there. He was like, man, I've been gone since 95. When you failed? I was like, I failed 2000. He was like, when you go home? I was like, I go home 17. He was like, I mean, you be all right. Yeah, you be all right, man. Be all right. Ain't nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah. So me and him kicked it for a minute. I was like, yo, I'm going to give you some time. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you some time to get your stuff together. You know what I mean? He was like, all right. So I peeled. You know what I mean? I went downstairs. A lot of dudes like, hey, Weezy, what's up with your roommate? Who your roommate? I'm like, oh, he cool, bro. Like, where you from? I was like, man, I ain't even asked him where he was from. Yeah, I ain't even asked him. I was like, I should have asked him. I didn't though. You know what I mean? So he stayed in probably to cell break. Then he stayed into cell break. Then he finally emerged. When he came out, he went to the shower. So he took a shower, got himself together, went back in the cell, chilled for some more. Then he came back out in the pod. When he came back out in the pod, like he was just like, you know what I mean? He was like, he was looking around. You know what I mean? He was looking around. He was like, and I'm just looking at him like, why, bro, looking at people like that? Like, he was just like he was scanning everybody. He was like, so he pulled up on me. He was like, hey, I'm standing like a little bit over here to where he's at. You know what I mean? He pulled up. He was like, hey, Weez. I'm like, what's up? He was like, hey. He came close to my ear. He was like, hey, who in here in the red team? I was like, dude right there on the red team, dude right there on the red team. I gave him all the red team members, y'all. So boom. It wasn't like I was ratting. I was just letting him know who was on his squad, even though he said he affiliated. But I told him who it was, you know what I mean? So he was like, he go holler at him, you know what I mean? So I see him go talk to him, talk to the dudes. They ain't do no handshake. They ain't do none of that. But I see him talking to him. So he talked to the 3 dudes. You know what I mean? He hollered at all of them. So it was lockdown time right after that. So when we locked in the cell, he was like, hey, what's this I hear about? The red team got into it with the blue team, man, some months back in this pod. They was telling me about it, but they was like, the blue team got off on him. I was like, yeah, bro, it was some real deal blue team members. Like, this was around the time when I first moved into jank. Like, it was some real deal blue team members. Like, you know, this was around the time where the blue team actually like started flexing their muscles, because at first it wasn't enough blue team to go against the red team. So like, some of them had to tuck their tail. I'm not saying all of them, but around this time right here, it was some real deal ones coming up there. It was one from the news, a couple from Norfolk. Like, they was some real deal blue team members, and like, they weren't joking around. You know what I mean? Like, they was going full throttle at anybody that felt like they was disrespecting them. You know what I mean? So like he was talking about that junk. So I'm like, yeah, bro, like them dudes that was up here, because all of them went to the bed. I was like, yeah, bro, them dudes that was on this block, they was serious with it. So he like, so the dude, what's the dude name that they saying? Because the other one I talked to, he said he ain't helped dude out when he was rumbling the blue team member. I'm like, I thought about it, right? Like, I didn't want to trigger and give him too much information about this, because I felt like the red team member that he was talking to could. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be the one giving you no inside information, but I didn't think about it like that, because he said he was affiliated. So with me being in the block, I gave him the story. I said, man, because I knew the dudes from Norfolk, you know what I mean? Like, for real, like, they held it down. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yo, for real. I said, man, dude, run with the dude. You know what I mean? The other two couple dudes you talked to, like, they ain't come out to sale. It ain't like they ain't come save them. They just didn't come out they sale. So you can call it how you want. He was like, the little brown skin one, right? I'm like, yeah, the little brown skin one. He was like, how the sergeant gonna tell me this is a good pod, but he gonna move me in the pod? That's how he used to talk. But he gonna move me in the pod with a bunch of dudes that was cowards on the red team. I'm like, yo, I don't think they was cowards. I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying that they just knew that the other dudes was real deals. Like, I don't care who it is. I'm practically red team. I just gotta get in when I get out, if I can make it out. I was like, what you mean if you can make it out? He was like, man, look, like, for real, man, I ain't used to being short, man. I ain't never been short. He said, every time I seen dudes go home, I'm the one that had a lot of time. And when he said that, I really related to it, man. Like, that nigga. So I'm like, man, I used to feel the same way. I said, man, I used to lie about my release date, man. I said, man, I used to tell dudes I was going home in 05, 08. I used to just lie about it. Like, man, he was like, why lie about it? I said, man, I don't know, man. I said, I used to just be in denial with myself that I had Peyton Manning, bro. He was like, man, I say you gonna be all right. You gonna be all right, man. You gonna be all right, man. So I'm like, man, that's crass. I'm like, where you from, man? I was like, I meant to ask you, like, where you from? So he told me where he was from. Bro was from one of them counties, you know what I mean? He was from one of the counties that's around Virginia, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say where he was from. He was from one of them counties, though. He was one of them training go dudes in one of them counties. So he like, yeah, I'm for such and such. I'm like, oh, all right. So that's how you say that shit. He was like, yeah. He was like, I ain't even never get a chance to see him because he don't be on the booth or nothing like that. I'm like, yeah, man. But he was like, yeah, that's what's up, though, man. So he just got on his bed after they counted. And that was that, you know what I mean? So he ain't say nothing else to the doors pop. Doors pop. That's my word. He jumped off the bed like this. All I seen was his legs. His shoes was right there. His shower shoes and his shoes be right there. All I seen his legs come over the bed. He was like, he threw his shoes on. He was like, and he just dipped out the pod. So I just took my time. I grabbed my bowl. I grabbed my cup. I'm like, I'm stuck. Make me something to eat when I go down there. I come out of 44. I'm like, as I'm walking, I just see him. Like, cause you know, we in 44. From the railing from my joint, we looking directly down where we shoot dice at. I be telling y'all about where the back door is at on the bottom tier, like where the barber kind of be at. Like, I can see that whole area first because it's closest to me. So I'm walking with my stuff. I'm like, I see Poe got the red team dude picked up. And when I say picked up, like he on him. He up on him, like, you know what I mean? They like right beside the sink. And he talking to him. He like, so what really happened? Like, what really happened? So dude trying to explain, and it's throwing me off that this dude is trying to explain to my roommate, and my roommate said he's not even an original red team member. So I'm confused. So I come around, I get down the steps, I'm like, watching him like. So he like, man, look, just tell the truth, homie. Just tell the truth. He was like, yo, you come here. Come here. The dude walked. He's like, what happened? Tell me what happened now. Tell me what happened now. He was like, they explained themselves, I guess, you know what I mean? He was like, man, that's a violation. That's a violation, man. So I'm shocked. Like, I have seen a lot. This is a guy that's affiliated, that's handling business like he's the top dog of the red team. But he's big like the top dog of the red team. So he was like, man, that's a violation. That's a violation. So the dude he talking to sleeping 21. He was like, get your door open. Get your door open, dude. Like, for what? He like, man, get your door open, man. I ain't gonna tell you again, man. Get your door open, man. So he said something to the other dude. Now I'm standing by the sink where the water fountain is at, looking directly at the situation. I'm like, dude's walking up like, what happened, Wiz? I'm like, my goddamn roommate a maniac, y'all. So boom. I'm like, nigga, a maniac, man. Fuck. So he like, get the door. Yeah, get the door. Get the door. This word. Dude was like, he went and stood by the door. He told somebody. That junk say, dude walking that junk. That's all you see is my roommate. He threw his shirt off. I'm like, he took his shirt off? Man, my roommate took his shirt off. Went up in the nigga's cell. Next thing you know, door closed. As soon as the door closed, you hear niggas pussy in his pants. All right, man. Fuck you, nigga. Get up. Get up. That's all you heard. The cut is up. Get up. The fuck? Get up, nigga. Get up, nigga. Yeah, get up. So the red team member, he go to the joint, he like, I can't see in the cell, you know what I mean? He go to the joint, red team member like, all right, that's enough, Poe. That's enough. All right, Poe, that's enough. That's enough, Poe. That's enough. He was like, man, get the dope pop. Joint came open again. He was like, y'all niggas, man, y'all in here wilding, y'all got the blue team. Motherfucking like, they running shit. The fuck, man? We don't fuck with them. What the fuck they at now? What building they in? What they at? Dude like, man, look, they ain't in the hole. They in the hole, man. They ain't in the hole, man. He was like, y'all motherfuckers cowards, man. The fuck? God damn it. Nigga come out looking like a fucking wrestler. That's my word. I haven't seen him with his shirt off, pause, in the cell. And what you know, he don't supposed to be with his shirt off for real in the damn cell. I mean, some niggas do it. You know what I mean? It's hot summertime, you been working out, nigga, pop a top or whatever. But this nigga was looking like a goddamn baby Mike Tyson or Mike Tyson punch out. That nigga was like, man, who the fuck there? Y'all niggas, man. Can't believe y'all niggas, man. Goddamn, y'all niggas. I'm like, damn, man. I was like, man, that my roommate Diesel is a bitch. Pause. I'm like, that shit crazy. So nigga was like, man, he get my roommate out. Get that junk dude on the ground. Dude on the ground. The dude he beat up the red team, remember, he's on the ground. My word, my roommate go back up the steps like this. He threw his shirt over his shoulder. He was like, the lady said, put your shirt back on. She come on the intercom, put your shirt back on. You, right there. He was like, oh, all right, Miss Lady. He put his shirt back on, walked down our cell, got the door open. Went in the cell, y'all, so boom. Everybody like, yo, y'all already know this the type of block that ain't really no action like this is going on. I already explained to y'all what's going on. Everybody's in get transferred mode. Nobody is in this joint doing no wild out missions like this. Now, we still on Sussex too, granted, and there's still gonna be maniacs and there's still gonna be some bad eggs. But my roommate probably is the shortest dude in the block. He's about to go to the crib in February. So I'm like, man, I ain't gonna say nothing to him until we go in the cell, man. I'm like, man, this junk crazy. I ain't know I gave him all that info and he went and handled business. I'm just thinking, I'm just telling him, he ain't even part of the red team. So I'm telling my homeboy like, yo, why he beat dude up? I'm like, shh. He was like, he red team? He was like, yo, he blood? I'm like, nah, bro. I was like, man, bro say he affiliated. He affiliated. He was like, affiliate? I'm like, yeah, bro. Yeah, he said he gonna get right when he get out. That's when he gonna get right. He ain't getting in there under nobody in here. He gonna get right when he get out. So everybody like, damn, he do like that though? I'm like, shh, man, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? So they was lockdown time. So they called lockdown. You know what I mean? Lockdown time and shit. Goddamn, I'm going to cell. And I waited, standing by the front door. I was standing by the door until the doors closed. He laying on the bed watching TV like this. He's laughing. He watching something. I'm like, I look back. He in the bed like ain't nothing happening. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I'm standing by the door. I'm like, what I'm gonna say to this psycho, man? I'm like, man, I'm gonna holler at him, man. Doors closed. I was like, bro, you wild, bro. I was like, you wild, man. He was like, he ain't jump off the bed, but he rolled over like that, put his legs hanging down. He was like, what did I do? What did I do? I said, bro, you just went and beat the dude up downstairs in 21, bro. He was like, man, that shit I heard about how he fucking left the nigga on stuck while the nigga was from the running in the blue team. He said, I'm not with that shit, man. Like, I don't want no cowards around me. I said, hold on, Poe. I said, look, what you tell me the sergeant did when you got over here? He was like, he said he was gonna put me in a good spot. I was like, bro, listen, I didn't tell you this. I was like, but look, the reason why I'm in laid back mode, I said, because I'm trying to get to Lawrenceville, bro. I said, you heard of Lawrenceville? He was like, yeah. Oh, I got people's up there. I said, bro, listen, I'm trying to get there. I said, when dudes mess up on Lawrenceville, they send you to Sussex too. I said, I'm tired of hearing the stories about how good it is. I said, I'm trying to get there. So I was like, everybody in here is on the same type of mission. So I was like, bro, like, dudes ain't doing that, bro. I said, well, you better hope nobody tell, bro. I said, because you went in there, he was like, man. He jumped out the bed. He was like, man, look, I told you, man, like, for real, man, I still got to do my bid. Like, I ain't used to being short, man. So, like, if I find one of the homies that's out of line or ain't doing what they supposed to do, I'ma handle business, bro.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.